What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Marriage Unmastered. It's me, your boy Hen, and I'm here with the author, actress, wife, uh, mom, liaison, soccer, everything that you're thinking of what I should say is her. Because I can't come, it's not coming right now.
I don't even know how to
Shireal.
respond to that. What's up, y'all? I think that just goes to show I do way too much, probably.
Do way too much?
Do way too much.
What you mean by that?
Do way too much.
What do you mean by that?
Just exactly what I said. We don't have to dissect it. Just do way too much.
I don't think it's doing way too much. I think it's doing what you're supposed to do.
Okay. What I'm supposed to do. What is that? That's a whole nother layer. I don't even know if we should go there. What I'm supposed to do?
What you're gifted to do. What your purpose to do. Does that sound better?
That's a great segue into this topic. So, y'all, this week, the topic is individual versus marriage goals. Right. So, got real quiet.
I don't think it's
Let's jump into it. I want to jump right
bad
into
about
it.
that.
It's nothing bad about it.
Go ahead.
It's awesome.
But for you to say you got real quiet, like
no, because you got quiet.
I'm listening to you introduce the topic.
Like I said. So let's talk about it.
All right.
So this whole topic comes from really this podcast. So Henry and I have been doing this podcast for 6 years.
Wow.
6 years. Season 6 years, right? And so over the last 6 years, we have gone through a huge growth spurt, right? Like we started during
COVID.
Yeah, on the grass in the backyard, right? And then at that time, we didn't even really understand what this was, right? We were just kind of finding our way. And then we decided it wasn't even a podcast. It was, we were just like doing lives.
IG lives.
Instagram lives, right? And so then, and somewhere towards the middle or end of that, we decided, let's do a podcast. Mm-hmm. And so thus comes Marriage Unmastered. 6 years later, here we are. And so, but really, Marriage Unmastered is our marriage thing. Like, so this kind of came about, like we said, we were 5 years into our marriage. It was Henry's vision that he really wanted to do and recruited me to be a part of it by default because I'm the wife.
Recruited her by default? That's
It's
funny.
not like he could have went and got one of his homeboys to... I mean, I guess he could have been like the men's Marriage Unmastered and they talked about men being married, which might have been really kind of interesting now that I think about that.
And we can still do that. It can be a branch.
You can.
It can be a branch off of Marriage Unmastered.
Perfect.
In addition to the podcast.
You said it right the first time.
See, that's where.
So anyways, marriage goals. So this is so by way of that, this became our marriage goal, like to build this platform, right? In the mix, though, right before this, we were all these other things. We had all these other goals. You know, I'm an author and a writer. I write plays and poetry and produce shows and I write films. And my goals individually before I got married, when I met Henry, and as we were married, were always aligned with that stuff, right? And then we also had children in the midst of all of that. So our marriage goals also started to encompass our children and what their goals are and making sure that they grow up to be good humans. So our marriage goals are intertwined with just building our lives together and the things that we do together. But where does that leave room for our individual selves and our individual goals? So, I mean, because there's 24 hours in a day. You know, like where does the room for us to still like seek after those individual things?
I think that. So I'm gonna go like scripture on this because I hear something there's a scripture that says that your gift will make room for you. I believe that when you begin to exercise your gift, it's going to like create the space that you need, and it's going to create that space for you. So in regards to individual goals that you want to like move on, we would have to continue to exercise that gift in order for it to blossom, right? So when I say that, what you were writing and being an author, like for that goal to not goal, but individual goal, for that to come forth even more is like begin to exercise it more individually. Why are you looking like that? Like you don't like what I'm saying?
I'm listening. I'm
I
listening.
don't even like your energy.
I mean,
on
because
that.
I like
we both have individual goals, correct? And we have goals that we want for our marriage, right? And you said sometimes because they're intertwined, where's that space for what? Our individual goals?
yeah, that's exactly what I said. Okay.
In response, I said that if we exercise in our gift for our individual goals, it will create the space that we need to do it.
So here's the thing. It's like you just totally didn't hear everything that I said. Where do we find the time to exercise within our gifts if we're doing all these other things? There's 24 hours in a day. And in our day, we are working full time. We are full time parents. We're full time married. We have this podcast. We have these other things that we work on together because the kids are actively involved in everything. Where does that leave room for those individual? Where does that leave room for me now? Unless I'm sacrificing sleep, which I do a lot, which also is not healthy nor for my mental or my physical health.
Mm-hmm.
So if outside of sacrificing sleep, where would I find time to start exercising in that gift?
What do you need to write? Do you need time? Do you need space? Do you need to be alone?
Like let's
I'm not being funny.
You kind of are. Like,
no,
let's not make it that minute. Like, what do I need to write? Like, let's hold on.
So how about
I think let's get to the root of what I'm saying. I'm saying, okay, how do we continue to focus on our marriage goals, right? Without resentment happening because we're not able to do these other things that like we so crave for ourselves. Like, how do we not build up resentment towards each other and towards this platform and towards everything? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we do that?
I think a way that you not build up resentment is just by saying what you have to say, not holding it in, and not holding it in over time.
But I say what I have to say. What if I'm saying it and saying it and saying it and nothing changes? So saying what I have to say, eventually I'm like, I don't even want to say anything anymore because nothing's changing. Now I'm just mad because I'm sick of saying it. So, like, what's the point of saying something if there's no change ever?
I think you transition to maybe prayer.
Okay. Okay. That's the answer.
So but when you say I'm building up resentment,
I said, how do we not build up resentment?
It's tough not to build up resentment, if I'm being honest. I think some things will come when and I say we in a sense of in general with any and everybody, when we don't know how to tackle that or handle that thing that's like bothering us. Like, remember how we used to always talk about like knowing how to fight and learning how to fight?
Mm-hmm.
Like, some people don't know how to fight in a marriage. And when I say fight, I mean argue, discuss thoughts, discuss feelings. It's like we just get mad, we make up, and then we okay. But it's still lingering down there. We don't know how to share or be open about it. And I think maybe that's the first step, learning how to communicate everything you're feeling in a way where your partner understands.
But I think that's it right there. Like I feel like, and I'm at this point, I have to go very very clear about what we're talking about. For me and for us, I 100% communicate things all the time because I know what happens when I let things build up. So for me, I don't know if that's the right advice because I'm communicating what I'm feeling. And I think the hard part is where I'm saying something and nothing's changing. There's no like movement or action behind what I'm saying. So for me, when I get to a place where I feel like I've shared and I've communicated and I've expressed how I'm starting to feel and nothing is changing, I go into like shutdown mode where I'm like, you know what? This is maybe I need to break away from the marriage goals and focus on my individual goals because at least I am in control of what happens over there.
So that was
When
my
it's a marriage thing, it's a two-way street. Like I only have so much control over what's going to happen. If I keep telling you, "Hey, we need to do these things," and the we is not doing the things, it puts me at a halt. It frustrates me. I get resentful. I've communicated. There's been no change. So now, you know what? Maybe I won't focus on our marriage goals and maybe I'll just focus on my individual goals.
So I think that's the beautiful thing about marriage, that you can be pulling a certain amount of weight and you may feel like your partner's not pulling enough weight, or you're giving 80%, they're giving 20, and then you're upset because the 20 is not being pulled. Sometimes it'll never be what we want it to be in a marriage. It's about two people working together cohesively as much as they can. I understand you when you say, hey, maybe I should work on my individual goals. Do that mean you would totally leave your marital goals?
I think that if the goals that we set in a marriage, if it's only me working on them, yeah, I'll have to totally leave them. Because if it's just me, is it really even our marriage goals anymore? Or is it a goal we set, but oh, you do it?
But is that a all the time thing, or is it just
If
like
it's
at
been
just
for an extended period of time, like years, yeah, it feels like an all the time thing.
oh,
If it's been
okay,
for an extended period of time,
gotcha.
if it's been years that we've been having the same conversation and still that it becomes a problem.
Okay, so
So how do we fix it?
so maybe you should definitely focus on more of your individual goals to bring you that type of comfort. And when I say that, I don't say that to be like just totally ignore your marriage goals. Maybe you can say, hey, this is too much for me right now. I can't. I need to just chill out and just focus on me and what I need to do for myself
Okay. If that's the answer, that's the
and
answer.
your goals. That's because that's what we're talking about, correct?
Yeah, if that's the answer, that's the answer. You
If
heard
that's
it
the answer,
here.
but you know what you have to do. Like, we all know what we have to do individually. It's just all about going out and executing it. Sometimes it takes longer than others, individually and within a marriage. Like, this thing is not perfect. Marriage is beautiful when it can be, but it can be ugly too. You can't always want the beautiful part of marriage. You got to go through the ugly phase of it. And the ugly phase can be pushing a rock up the hill, pushing your partner, or saying like, "Yo, what's going on?" And I'm not saying that you do that or you don't do that. I'm not saying. I'm just talking in general in regards to marriage. Now, everybody has their um like their boiling point where like listen,
Yeah.
I can't take it anymore. Like, I gotta back up. And that's fine to have that boiling point. It's okay. It's nobody saying it's wrong. It's just how you deal with it. I, that's
I don't know. I also just feel like it's not fair. You okay?
Yeah.
I also just feel like it's not fair. Like, I don't know. Like, I get it. I get what you're saying, like, about marriage not being 50-50 and all. I never said it was. What I'm saying is, though, when we're talking about, we're even not even talking about our marriage. We're talking about the things that we've established for ourselves that we want to hit in our marriage. So it's like, if we sat down and we made a plan, right? And we say, this is what it's going to take to get to this outcome. If one of us is the only one working on the outcome, like, that's not fair.
It's not. You right. You're 100% right. It's not fair. So then does the plan need to be revamped when it begins to look like it's not fair?
Or does the other person just need to step up and do their part? Like, I don't know why do we got to revamp something if it's not being fully executed by both parties?
A question.
I don't know. Like, what do you mean does it need to be revamped? How would you even know if you haven't even tried to fully commit to the plan in place? How do you know if something needs to be revamped if you haven't even fully committed to the plan in place? Like, as a project manager, the only way I know if something isn't working is if I'm actually trying it. But if I'm not actually trying, I'm just looking at it over there on the paper like, oh, I might need to rework that. How would I know?
Yeah.
How would I know? I won't know until both parties are actually putting in the work.
Ah, I get it.
So, I mean, and then if both
sense.
parties are not putting in the work, like, so if we weren't married and we had goals together and we're like, yo, let's start this business. You're not my husband, you're my friend. Yo, I think you're so dope. Let's start this business together. This is what we're gonna do. You're on board. You're 100%.
Yep.
No, matter of fact, let's switch this around. You came to me, Shireal. Let's start this business. You're dope. I think you would be great to do this podcast together.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about life. I'm like, tell me more. And you tell me more. And I'm like, I could get on board with that. What do we got to do? We write out a plan. We're going to do this, and this. And then by this time, we're going to be here. I'm down for that. You seem like a good dude. Let's do that. So we get it off the ground. We start moving forward. And then you disappear. And I'm doing all the work. And now I'm like, wait. This was Homeboy project. Why I'm over here working on the project and he's ghost?
Yeah.
We're not married. We're just friends. So you know what?
Yeah.
It's easy to just like, I'm not doing this no more. Like, this ain't even my project. Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But since we're married, I don't get to ghost. I'm like, yo, this is a project that we said we were working on together. What's going on? And I have to what's going on you to death. So that's the problem I'm having. So it's like, thank you, God. Don't take our marriage for granted. Like, don't take me for granted because we're married. Like, I'm still a human being. I'm still a human being who has my own individual goals, who has my own things that I want to do. Like, don't use me because we're married. That's not fair. And would you do that to somebody that was just like outside? Would you do this to a random business partner on the street? Like, you got to look at it like that. Just because we're married, you don't get to use me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's interesting.
Does that make sense though?
No, it does. It's just interesting, like, from the perspective of like, don't use me because that's what you feel. But I don't believe that it's never anyone's intention, not even mine, to use anybody. You know
I don't
think
saying? It's your intention. I absolutely don't think it's intentional. But I'm just being clear of what's happening. Like, because like, I only have a certain amount of time and energy for anything at this point because of where our lives are. So therefore, like, if I'm dedicating this time to something that both you and I said we're going to dedicate that time to, I need you to be doing the same.
No, I get it. You're 100% right on that. Makes sense.
Because if not, I could just be working on my individual goals. I don't have to be spending 2 hours in the studio. You laughing? I'm just being honest.
No, I'm listening to you.
I
get it. I got you.
Okay. Moral of the story is married people, don't take your spouse for granted. If y'all go into a business together and y'all partners, that partnership is not equal to what your marriage is. Marriage is not 50-50. It's going to be 80-20. It's going to be 100-100. It's going to be 10-5. But partnership and business, we don't get to behave that way. We don't get to behave that way. It's different.
So, in addition to that, make sure that you are either going to meet your individual goals and meet your marital goals, because it's going to be tough. Make sure what you do makes you happy. And if you're not, like, hey, express it. Hey.
Then deuce out.
Deuce out.
Anyways, y'all, marriageunmastered.com. We got the gear. We got the books.
You know it.
Make sure y'all check it out. We'll talk to you next week.
Peace.
Bye.